This new episode of ReZero Season 3 was way too short, man. That felt like 5 minutes. It was awesome seeing Subaru actually fight for once, using a whip combo with Shamrock, EMM, and the Unseen Hand. But unfortunately, his opponent had to be Regulus of all people. Garfiel's plotline is getting so good that sometimes it feels like he's the main character. I even enjoy his trauma, because it means we get to keep seeing Elsa.
And we'll never see her again.
If I was the Archbishop of Gluttony, Felix's ass would be the first thing I... Capella, the Archbishop of Lust, is finally here, and she wants to step on you, but don't let that distract you from the fact that the voice actor for Sirius drops one of the best vocal performances you've ever heard every single episode. Yeah, I can fix her. Episode 3 begins with Lye Batenkaitos arriving at the city, and in a way he's even scarier than Regulus because at least Regulus is willing to have a conversation with you. Batenkaitos just gets horny and starts killing people for no reason, and he's ugly as shit. He's by far the ugliest archbishop. He looks like something that just crawled out of Asmongold's room. And what is he wearing? What the fuck is this? Guys, if you're gonna kill people, at least put on some drip first so you look good while you do it. Let me explain what I love about Regulus. He acts like he follows a reasonable code of ethics, yet all of his rants and monologues contradict each other, and he's essentially just twisting logic to justify doing whatever he wants. I love listening to the arguments he manufactures in defense of his actions, and every scene with him is full of tension and suspense because you just know he could snap at any moment. The slightest thing might trigger him, and the way he attacks people is so casual and nonchalant. Regulus is just a very meticulously well-written character, and I thought this was the best scene of the episode. It's funny because Regulus wasn't trying to kill him, yet Subaru would have died here from blood loss if it wasn't for Beatrice. The key visual for this season had an interesting reflection of Subaru's leg in the water, which might imply that Subaru ends up losing it, and he has to use the unseen leg to be able to walk. No, just imagine how stupid that would look to other people. If you pay attention, you'll notice that it's actually the wrong leg. This is his right leg, and this is the left. Could that just be a mistake on the production side of things? No, because ReZero is perfect and nothing happens on accident. Capella has been revealed. I've waited so long to finally talk about this character, and yeah, she is the Archbishop of Lust, and she's voiced by Aoi Yuki. Massive W. There's already a ton of information we can unpack just from her name alone, but first things first, smash. Obviously. Capella is, as usual, the name of a star. The goat star, apparently. And her last name is Lugunica, as in the royal family of Lugunica that was supposed to be wiped out by a disease. Roswell explained this when Season 1, Episode 4 came out, back in 1975. Her hair color is consistent with the rest of the royal family, but her eye color isn't quite as red. So, who knows? We can speculate about her ability now, too, because we know that Carmilla, the Witch of Lust, was able to charm everyone she met, sometimes even infatuating them to the point that their breathing and heartbeat would stop. Obviously, authorities will change from person to person depending on their personality, but personally, I'm feeling pretty charmed right now, so I don't know. Maybe this is just a side effect of listening to Aoi Yuki's voice. By the way, can I have 300k subscribers, please? Hopefully you can tell, but I put a lot of effort into my videos, so it would be an awesome reward if you guys got me to 300. $2.99 is just so close, I had to say it. Anyway, I almost felt bad for Sirius here because fighting against Regulus is just unfair. Subaru really saw this guy walk through a pillar of flames completely unscathed and thought to himself, maybe his weakness is being whipped. Obviously, Subaru's whip attack did absolutely nothing, but imagine how funny it would be if it actually worked and Regulus just vaporized instantly. Subaru does do something cool though. He uses EMM, a new spell he created with Beatrice. It stands for Emilia's Mommy Milkers, and it's an absolute damage nullification barrier that protects you from any one attack. Probably one of the most powerful spells available to Subaru. At least it's a lot more useful than his Authority of Sloth, which we finally got to see him use again. I don't know why, but I fucking love this ability. I get so hyped whenever he uses it, and it's not even good. Honestly, it kinda sucks. I mean, it seems like it does more damage to Subaru than anyone else, but something about it is just really cool to me. It really makes the Betelgeuse fight in Season 1 feel a lot more rewarding. I just wish it didn't take 37 episodes for Subaru to remember he has it. Not only do we have to worry about being attacked by the archbishops, but they're even trying to fuck us now too. Regulus kidnapped Emilia with plans to marry her, and now Sirius is trying to hook up with Subaru as well. Not that I can blame her, he does look pretty hot this season, but she's mistaking him for Betelgeuse because he's using Betelgeuse's authority. And if I was Subaru in this situation, I would have said, fuck yeah, I'm Betelgeuse. Come get this unseen dick. Cause honestly, I could probably fix her. You know, Regulus said some wild shit this episode that proves he has no idea what love is. He explains that when it comes to love, a girl's face is the only thing that matters. And I completely disagree. I think it's a bonus when a woman has an attractive face, but the part that really matters is the heart. Sirius would agree with that because she says that love is about everyone's hearts being connected as one. And that contrast between hers and Regulus's definition of love is hilarious because Regulus thinks love is all about the woman's face, yet Sirius doesn't even care to show her face. The interesting thing about the archbishops is how it's impossible for them to get along with each other because they all have their own extreme, radical philosophies. Sirius attacks Regulus this episode just like he attacked Betelgeuse in the past. He's even gone as far as attacking Pandora, and Betelgeuse wasn't much different because we've witnessed him killing his own followers as well. My point is, the witch cultists are always fighting amongst each other, and that constant internal conflict would have torn apart any other organization. Yet somehow the witch cult continues to operate as if it's being held together by a mysterious force. I think Pandora is the only explanation for this. It's been over 100 years since we last saw her, but I think the fact that the archbishops have been able to cooperate without killing each other is proof that Pandora is still keeping them in check and pulling strings from behind the scenes, meaning that she probably planned this attack on the city as well. Until now, we've never seen more than 1 or 2 archbishops at once, yet Pandora sent 4 of them to attack this city. And finally, we have a motive. The witch's remains. That's right, the city of Pristella was built to trap and kill one of the 7 witches from 400 years ago. And apparently it worked, because her bones are still here. According to Echidna, Satella murdered all the other witches, but that's not true. Here's a bit of Season 2 cut content for you. Daphne starved in a desert. Sekhmet fell into the void. Minerva was ambushed by elves. Carmilla burned in a fire. And Typhon drowned in a flood. Yeah. It sounds like Typhon got, and now the witch cult wants her bones, so I guess the question is, what the fuck is Pandora planning to do with Typhon's bones? As for the cut content in this episode, Subaru making out with Felix was a moment I really looked forward to fapping to, especially when he uses the unseen hand, but hopefully they're just saving that for next week because this episode only adapted half of 2 chapters, and they're obviously waiting to finish them in episode 4. I was really impressed by the voice acting this episode, especially from Sirius, and of course when Aoyuki called me a worthless meat sack, it obviously awakened something deep inside me. I realized I didn't really talk about Garfiel that much, but he was basically the star of this episode, and I think he's really cute with Mimi. His plotline is amazing, and he could really be the protagonist of a shonen anime if he wanted to. Again, this episode felt like it was only 5 minutes long, and it was another 10 out of 10. I wish I could have made this video longer for you guys, but I really need to go kneel down, grovel, and shit myself. I know I'm a big famous YouTuber with almost 300 billion subscribers, but I still read all the comments, so if you guys had any questions about the episode or anything, feel free to let me know. Anyway, that's all for now. Keep talking about rezero. I'm out. Peace.